Well, yesterday was quite soggy. We saw nearly 3/4 of an inch of rain around portions of Mount Vernon, nearly a ½ inch around portions of Carbondale and Cape Girardeau, and just over 1/10 of an inch into portions of Paducah and Murray, and nearly 1/3 of an inch into portions of Poplar Bluff. Right now, you're taking a live look over Metropolis, where traffic is flowing and things are pretty calm, though we are still seeing a few lingering clouds out there this morning, and that is due to that system that brought us all of that rain yesterday. However, the bulk of the shower activity is further off towards the east into portions of Kentucky, and you can see that big system that we talked about earlier in the show down into portions of Atlanta and into portions of northern Florida. That is tracking off towards the north and east, but what we are going to feel from that system are lingering clouds through this afternoon and through parts of the day tomorrow. We also are tracking gusty winds through this afternoon and through the majority of the day tomorrow, and those gusty winds are going to make it feel very cold as we go throughout the morning and afternoon hours tomorrow and even into the early morning hours on Tuesday. Right now we're sitting at about 41 degrees in Carbondale, 42 in Carmi, 39 degrees into Union City. That's our coldest location, and Poplar Bluff is sitting at 42 degrees down into portions of southeastern Missouri. We're still well above average for this time of year. However, the temperature change is definitely noticeable from this time 24 hours ago, where we're seeing a lot of locations be about 8 to 10 degrees cooler than where we were 24 hours ago. Winds also aren't too gusty as of this hour. However, these winds are going to be increasing. We're only seeing 2-mile-per-hour winds in Carbondale and 7-mile-per-hour winds into portions of Harrisburg. As we go throughout the rest of the morning, we're going to be seeing temperatures into the low 40s throughout much of the morning with overcast skies, and you'll notice those winds are going to start to increase ever so slightly as we go throughout the morning. By lunchtime, I think we're still going to be dealing with mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the low to mid 40s. And by 3 o'clock, we'll be hitting our high into the low to mid 40s. And then you'll notice that cold front that starts to work its way from the west. That'll be tracking further off towards the south and towards the east, but it is going to bring us some pretty cold temperatures to start the morning. And by 10 o'clock tomorrow, we're only going to be into the upper 30s and lower 40s. And we could see a few flurries into our easternmost counties tomorrow afternoon. And notice our wind chills are going to be into the upper 20s. And that's because we have that low pressure system that's going to ride up the east coast and a high pressure system back towards the west. And these two very strong systems are going to be creating very windy conditions through our region, especially early into the morning hours tomorrow. We could see wind gusts get close to 40 miles per hour by 9 a.m. tomorrow before drastically decreasing into the teens by the time we make it to 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So it will be very gusty, and it's going to lead to some pretty bitter cold temperatures tomorrow morning with actual air temperatures in the 20s both Monday and Tuesday, and wind chills in the lower 20s on Monday and maybe even the upper teens on Tuesday before we get right back up into the 40s by the time we make it to Friday for lows. And highs are going to be running above average for the next 8 to 10 days, with us expected to be much above average by the time we make it to the weekend. So keep that Storm Track 3 app handy, because we are going to need it as we go into the weekend, because we are tracking a few chances of rain. So again, just to recap, Sunday we're going to be seeing temperatures of about 44 degrees today for a high, 38 degrees for Monday and for Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to get into the mid to upper 40s, and then we'll be right back into above average territory by the time we make it to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with highs in the low to mid and maybe even upper 50s for Saturday. But you will want to keep that Storm Track 3 app handy, because we are tracking a few chances of rain Friday and Saturday.
So it sounds to me like you're going to go on the record and say we're not going to have a white Christmas this year.
Probably not. Probably not. With how it's looking right now, no.
I appreciate it, Garrett. Thanks a lot.